what's going on, everyone? So just realized it's been a little while since I made a video, so I'm going to do a quick part one on something that I've been learning and actually going to a little personal class with Fibonacci retracement. So using fib levels to trade, and essentially what I'm doing is I'm going to integrate this with the infinity indicator and create essentially as close as a flawless system as you can have. So do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that subscribe button too, so you don't miss any of the content, part 2, 3, when they do hit this. Initially, this is going to be for my premium community, but you guys will get to see it eventually. So just like and subscribe, and make sure you don't miss any of the new content. So this is really good stuff. Fib levels, okay? To me, it sounded pretty complicated. And if you don't know about Fibonacci, the Fibonacci sequence is literally everywhere in nature. I mean, all it is mathematics, and math is everywhere you look in nature. So essentially, the market has infinitely repeats patterns to an extent. To where you can actually predict with a pretty good certainty of where price action is going to go. The trick with fib is really getting your entry, because it will go to a level and then pop back up or down, and you'll see it will hit those levels. But where's your entry? And I will show you how to do that in part 2. So again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So, okay, so in this video, I'm just going to start with in NVIDIA, okay? And in part 2, I'll cover SPY and Tesla, and also I will get into some more predictions of where something is going to go. But I'll show you fib by showing you essentially how these plays worked out, okay? Now this is custom levels that I made, so if you just pull this tool up, it's not going to be, the colors aren't going to be the same, okay? So essentially you have this zone here, which is your levels from 50, your 50%, and your 61.8 and your 38.2, okay? And essentially what's happening is a stock will retrace. People say, "Oh, well, why do I always buy at the top?" Well, you're buying here instead of buying here, okay? And I'll show you what I mean here. So I'm not going to get too deep into. Again, this is custom. In this particular video, I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to show you essentially how fib works. All you're looking for is you're looking for a trend, and obviously we're in a uptrend in NVIDIA, right? So all you're doing is then you're finding a higher low and a higher high, and essentially, remember, none of this has happened yet in the future, right? So if I right here, I'll let you zoom in, and for fib I use regular candles usually. So it just seems to work better. You can see better for entry, okay? So I'll put my 0 point here. Sorry, I was messing that up. So I'll put my 0 point here at about 91, which is the higher low in this uptrend. And then I put my 100% or my one level here at the top. Okay, top there, it's about there, right? Let me see if I can get it right just for the demonstration, because this is a good one. Okay, so essentially all you're doing is you're buying this stock at a heavy discount, because the stock, what, Nvidia, we all know this has been an uptrend since forever, right? So it's another thing that tells you where to buy the stock. Okay, so you have your zero level here, your 100 level here at the top, and then look what happens. So it retraces here, and this one came down all the way down to the 23. So you're getting the stock at 74% off here from if you bought at the top. Okay. And again, these are my custom levels. This is how I was taught. There are quite a few different ways to use Fibonacci retracement extensions. So there's no wrong, there's no right or wrong way is what I'm getting at. So I'm just showing you the way I was taught. So it came all the way down. Look what happened. So it retraced all the way down to this 23.236 level, right? And then what happens? Okay, so it hit this blue line. Essentially, it hit the blue line, right? We started to go back up, and then it hit the first blue line, which is a first profit point, if you will, and then hit the second blue line. Okay, and then it's kind of dancing around here a little bit, and we'll see what happens. So. And really, so that's essentially all it is. So let's do it again over here and see what happens, right? So this is, again, a higher low and a higher high, right? So let's see what happens. So our zero line here again, right? And then our 100 line at the top, right? It retraces all the way back to the 50% line almost. So you're getting this stock about 50% off from its high. Okay. And then what happens? It's in this golden area or this golden zone here. This is where you really want to be buying here. You don't really want to be buying at this 76 level too much. Usually it'll drop down to this golden zone, as it's called. And then what happens? Look what happens. It pops back up. And here, let me see if I can show you. And it goes up to where? It goes up to our next yellow line, or which is our 143. I think it hit like 146 or something. And then I'll do it one more time. So where was your when I talk about fib, I talk about entry, right? So I'm starting to look for entry somewhere around here, right? And really, you could do this on any of these. So whether you use that or that or that or this point or that point, it will all come down and bounce off a fib level. And that I'll show you here in a second what I'm talking about. So here, where would our entry be? Well, the 50 is all generally good area of support. Obviously, if you can get it somewhere around here, that's even better. You're getting the stock at even more discount. But if you look at this candle here, and again, this is on the hourly chart, you can see here that it's kind of bouncing. It's holding this, and again, fib levels are levels of support and resistance. So you can see there was some, not the best buying pressure. I'll show you better off here, but there's buyers stepping in here, and then off to the races. Okay. Here, let's look at the higher low and the higher high over here, and let's see what happens. Okay. So here is our higher low, higher high. Okay. So 0, 100. And it doesn't quite come down to the 50, but it does hit that 61. So we're in the golden zone. So what am I looking for? Well, buyers are stepping in here. You can see, and that's not any coincidence. Algorithms. This is a lot of algo type stuff. Okay. So they're saying, okay, you're hitting that 50 level, you're getting close to that 50 level, um, or you're at the 61 level. Let's start buying, and you'll see a lot of institutions and alcos step in and buy. This is where, obviously, here in this situation is where you would look to buy. Okay. So what are we looking for on this target? Well, it did come down to this blue line here, but look, it hit the yellow line. So my target is not quite 146, but it's actually 154. It's 154.50 area. So that'll be my next target on NVIDIA. And I wasn't supposed to tell you that. So there's your freebie. So if you made it this long to the video, there's your freebie. Okay. Now I'm also going to do SPY and Tesla here in the next video. So again, like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of this content. And leave a comment below if you made it this far and you think you want to see more of this type of stuff, fib type stuff. Leave a comment below. Otherwise, I'll just assume you're not interested in any of this. So, anyways, appreciate you guys watching. See you in the next one.